You know, family, everything that's happening right now, it's a clear sign that you have to prepare. No matter where you are in the world, um, you know, us here on this channel, we say the safest place would probably be Africa um, and islands. But now it's getting down to a point where um, wherever you are, you got to start preparing. So I'm saying that um, because you're going to have to start planting, you know, you're going to have to start planting your veggies. You're going to have to start, you know, being somewhere where there's some like markets and stuff. So that's one thing that we love about the continent, where it's always going to be abundance of food. It's always going to be um, supplies and resources, right? And I'm saying this because resources, that's very important that people have to understand. What's happening right now is more about the resources, right? It's about the oil, right? It's about the gold. It's about the silver. Um, it's about who is going to outlast what is going on right now, who is going to outlast their opponent, because everybody's starting to get involved. We see everything happening in the Middle East, you know, Dubai and stuff like that. We see what's happening um, in Europe too. You know, I believe um, it was another missile that got fired in Europe, and this is telling me that wow, so they're trying to disrupt travel. They're trying to disrupt flights. They're trying to disrupt uh, these other nations, and it might be a little bit bigger than what we know. Um, the things that's happening over on this side of the world, I'll say that the Middle East, more specifically, is chaos, right? That's a big hub of oil barrels being transported each day. Millions and billions of barrels of oil that's being transferred each day. So I think the bigger picture is, hey, if just speaking from, I guess, like Donald Trump's point of view, America's point of view, if chaos happened over here, um, because we know Iran holds a lot of oil, you get what I'm saying? We see that Venezuela was one of the biggest oil um, refiners and holders, and we see what happened earlier this year with Donald Trump taking the Venezuelan president and taking over that oil, right? He said it clear. So I think it's way bigger than what's happening right now. It's about the resources. Resources is key. You know, materials is key when it comes down to outlasting your opponent, outlasting your adversary. So um, I'm not sure if you guys saw the thing in Texas. I don't think it's connected with Iran or something like that. We always got to question little things like that. Of course, they're trying to push that story and stuff. You know, I know people lost their lives and stuff like that. People got injured, and that could be something that you have to pay attention to, because if there's a lot of sleeper cells in America, which for me I think it is, that's why Donald Trump was doing what he was doing with the immigrants and the migrants and stuff like that, because they do plant um, people in places where it's going to come a time where they push that, or they push that button. They tell the people, hey, it's time. So it's like, okay, is it going to be people waking up from other nations in America to do what they have to do to, I don't know, I guess it kind of reminds me of the movie Salt, right? If you haven't watched that, it was a Russian um, spy. When she was a little girl, she moved to America. She got into the presidency cabinet and stuff like that. And um, it was a time where she got like a signal or something, and then they wanted to take the president's life, right? So that kind of reminds me of what's going on right now, because it could be that deep, it could be that eternal. So that's why I say you have to prepare. You should have been prepared. You should have already been used to gardening in a way. Learning how to take care of plants, learning how to, be sustainable. Like we always say, you can't always depend on the government. You can't always depend on W-2s. You have to, you have to realize what's happening right now, because it's very serious. It's not time to, you know, joke around. Um, and that's America in a way. I feel like everything that happens that's big, you're going to see a TikTok, you're going to see an Instagram reel, you're going to see YouTube videos that make fun of the things that's happening, right? I know me and my wife, we was watching this video of this guy. He was on Instagram, and he was talking about how, like, when America goes to war, and wars in the land of America, um, it was just a big joke. It was funny, but at the same time, it's really getting serious, because people are losing their lives, right? And we see Iran, they do have some powerful weapons. We see that China is trying to say that, the U.S. and Donald Trump did something illegal to, cause these things and stuff like that. And, that could be the fact and stuff like that, but it happened. It happened. I know for me, I can't really do anything. I know for you that's watching this, I'm not sure if you can do anything. I'm not sure how powerful you are. I know that we are powerful, though. I know that, the Most High gave us some power to make sure that we are going to survive what is happening right now, right? I know that the Most High tells you to keep your oil and make your oil run over. So if your oil needs to run over, that means that you got to have a stock supply of oil, right? You have to have a stock supply of oil to make sure that spiritually you are in tune, spiritually that you are running over with his mercy, with his grace, with his blessings, right? With his abundant love. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, what's happening right now is time to really get serious. It's time to really pray. It's time to fast. It's time to get somewhere on the land. It's time to join communities that will help you get there faster. Whatever your plans are, if you are traveling, man, it's going to have to be direct flights. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. But if you do not have the resources to travel, you get what I'm saying, you might have to really hunker down or buckle down and start to look for communities that's really helping, our people, helping people that wants to be sustainable in America. You get what I'm saying? It's really getting down to that point. Yeah, it's like this is the third month, I'll say. This is the third month. Man, this is the third month of the year. New Year's for us, maybe in a couple weeks, maybe a week and a half. We will see just from the moon, stars, and sun. But, stuff like this always happen to, throw you off of what you really have to do, throw you off of what you really have, or what's really important to you. So that's the question. Like, I always tell people, like, what is the most important thing to you? Like, what do you have to do to make sure you and your household is going to be okay? Because it's serious, family. It's not time to be joking around. Like, it's really getting to that point. It's 2026. Pretty soon it's about to be 2027. We know that time is speeding up. We know that time is not going to wait on you. So what are you going to do with your time? All praises that you are able to look at this video, that you are able to have the things that you do have. So always count the little blessings. Always count the little things. All praises that I am able to speak to the camera here and speak to you guys through this YouTube platform, right? But what if things don't turn out that way? You get what I'm saying? What if things heat up to a point where, you know, everything starts to get shut down? Because this is war that we're talking about. This is World War III now. You know, missiles flying in the air, flights is getting canceled, flights is getting rerouted. You know, people are being in situations where they really can't control. If you are traveling, they really can't control it. So we know a couple people that actually were traveling in Qatar, and now they're stuck, and now they're saying the 7th, March 7th, things are going to start getting back to normal and stuff. But yeah, that's why we say we've been saying this for the past 6 years, for the past, even this year, we were saying, hey, it's time to really get serious. The sooner the better. The sooner the better. It's not time to be lazy. It's not time to like really, yeah, I'll say it's time to really understand and understand. You gotta understand of how this is going to affect a lot of people and you and me for a time. But that's why I say keep your oil running over. You know, we see everything's heating up. My big thing is where you are now. What if are are you comfortable of where you are right now? Could you be sustainable? What could you do to still be sustainable, to still survive, to still, you know, thrive in a way in the midst of chaos, in the midst of war? Because we are in war, and before this physical war, it was a spiritual war. So you gotta understand that these wars is not um, this was meant to be. This was meant to be, and it's just gonna get worse. That's what I say. It's just gonna get worse. So it's time to prepare, family. It's not time to be lazy. It's time to prepare. Wherever you are in the world, it's time. So look, the things that we do is really trying to help our people have the information, have the understanding, have the community also. That's the biggest thing that I appreciate from the people that sign up for the things that we do. You know, really intake the information that we share, because that's very, very important. Community is big. So if you are interested in joining our community, there's going to be a link in the description that you can, you know, sign up for a one-on-one call, or you can, you know, join our mature adult intensive. I believe that that's one of the biggest things that people need to take advantage of, because at the end of the day, it comes down to the community. So we just finished up our last cohort Monday or Sunday night, or for me, Sunday night. But yeah, it's gonna be this Sunday. So check the link in the description, because it's bigger than the information. It's about the community. It's about, you know, having like-minded people and letting everyone know what's going on where they are in the world. You know, we have people everywhere in the world pretty much. We have people in Asia, the Philippines, Japan. We have people in, you know, of course, here in Mauritius. We have people in East Africa, West Africa, South Africa. So it's really time to be connected. So, you know, all praises to the Most High. I hope you guys are safe and being diligent in the times that we are in. Make your next move your best move. Always do the wisest thing and the righteous thing. So talk to you guys later. Shalom, shalom, family.